Media Day for the 2014 GVSU football season took place at Lubber Stadium on Wednesday. The gathering of media, players, and coaches on the late summer day and the actions of Sports Information Director Tim Knott organizing the players into team pictures creates a feeling of renewal. It means another Grand Valley State football season is about to begin. This year, there is extra excitement in the air after last year's strong playoff run in which the Lakers upset three higher-ranked teams before losing in the semifinal to Northwest Missouri State. Fifth-year head coach Matt Mitchell and his players know there is no time to waste as they prepare for a front-loaded schedule of top-notch opponents.
Well, I tell you, our season is going to pretty much go as our first three games go, and it's very difficult. You know, those three teams last year were 28-6, and so it's not one of those situations where we're looking on down the road and talking postseason or anything. We can't afford to. We got to be focused on what's right in front of our face. We can't afford to waste practices with, mental assignments, poor effort. We have to attack it, and up to this point, I think our team has done a good job of embracing those concepts because they understand what's ahead of them.
Yeah, definitely. This camp has been a physical camp so far. We have a lot of returners coming back, a lot of upperclassmen, guys that are experienced, that know what's going on. So I think this camp, more than any other one I've been to, it's been a lot more high tempo, high pressure on us because we've been through it before. We've gone deep in the playoffs last year and we have a lot of guys coming back. So I think just playing off of what we did last year has really helped us into this camp. I mean, we really got it rolling towards the second half of the season last year, especially heading into the playoffs. I think this team really kind of came into its own. And, we just realized that how good we could be, and we started playing like that towards the end of the season against some really good competition and beat some really good teams.
As the Lakers begin the new season, some key pieces of the team that suffered injuries last year are back and ready to make their mark on Laker history.
Definitely stronger and faster and more conditioned. Last year, in the summer I was just focused on the rehab part. I wasn't in shape at all, and then that may have led to some of the problems I suffered later on down the road last year. So I feel better physically, and honestly, when you feel better physically, you can get more reps in practice and you'll feel better scheme-wise and game plan and just mentally, in our offense. So that all kind of plays a part, and it kind of goes around in the circle that when one thing is better, your whole game is going to get better. So I feel confident heading into this year. Obviously surrounded by a lot of good players, which helps your confidence, no doubt. But I feel better in my own, where my form is right now than as opposed to where it was last year.
Went down week 9. Got a chance to take a different role with the team, helping out younger guys and everything. And then after the season, I really just got going with the rehab and just really wanted to try and get back to where I was. And we worked hard a lot in the summer, and then camp right now, just getting used to running the ball again with other people coming at you.
The Lakers have tremendous depth at running back with junior Kirk Spencer and seniors Percy Jackson, Chris Robinson, and Michael Rattay. These fresh legs should make the Lakers' running attack an opponent's nightmare.
That's the great thing about us. We have 3-4 running backs that we get in there, so we don't have to have one back have, like you said, 25 carries a game. And each time we're in there, we're fresh legs. That's what it's. Keep rotating constantly, and I think it's a real positive for our team.
Grand Valley has a traditionally strong offensive line with an experienced front five this year. Coach Mitchell is looking to build up its reserves with some depth at the position.
Well, I think the number one concern for me in 2014 is depth at O-line. I think our top 5 guys, I think we'll have a solid group, but if we expect to do the things that we expect to do, you need depth at that position. Guys are going to get banged up. So, it's still a work in progress, but who's 6, 7, 8, 9? Who is that next tier of guys that if something happens, got to go in and keep up that pace of play? That's a big concern. Depth at secondary. I think we've got some good top-line guys, but what is our depth going to be? Those are all things that have to get addressed for this team to reach its potential.
The defense will have more changes this year after graduating many starters.
And I'm going to put a lot of pressure on this defense. I mean, with some of the talent we have up front on our defensive line and our Hurst and Devontae Jones, those guys have got to, take the bull by the horns and be the ones that are leading this team. And I think we've brought in with, Jim Lewis coming in, who's a very veteran Division II defensive coordinator. We got some new ideas that we've incorporated in our defense. So I'm hoping the return of that talent up front and some new coaches will put our defense where it needs to be because, quite frankly, even though I think there's still a perception we're an offensive school, when Grand Valley has won, in the playoffs and won championships, it's been because of the defense and strong defensive performances.
I think we have one of the most close-knit groups on the team throughout our team. We're all close. We all hang out together outside, and I think that just makes us being on the field playing together a lot easier. We mesh so well together, and we all know each other very well. We all know each other's strengths and weaknesses, so I think it helps a lot on the field.
With two quarterbacks that have starting experience in Heath Parling and Isaiah Grimes, the Lakers come into this season prepared to win.
Well, that's exactly what it allows us to do. I mean, we pick up practice one. I mean, it was not practice one, it was, practice 16, 17 from spring ball. And we're just so much far ahead from what we can do. And so now it's a matter of not the quarterback's knowledge base, it's more a matter of the timing execution with some new people. You got those running backs and all that, but we've got some new faces we're trying to integrate on the outside, some new pieces of the puzzle a little bit up front. And so it's that timing, the execution, all that, but we're not having to start from square one from an understanding of the game. We're having to start more from looking at how all these pieces of the puzzle fit.
The Grand Valley State Sports Report will return on September 8th with the full season coverage of all 20 Lakers sports. The first episode will feature head coach Matt Mitchell's breakdown of the opener against Azusa Pacific. We will introduce to you new head women's soccer coach Jeff Hostler and show you highlights of his team's opening games as they defend their 2013 national championship. For the Grand Valley State Sports Report, I'm Sky Murray.